Just to summarize Socomec for any of you who may have just discovered Socomec, we are a family-owned manufacturer of electrical equipment specializing in energy performance of low voltage electrical installations since 1922. At Socomec, we pride ourselves in creating value for our customers through innovation, expertise, and skills. The company headquarters is located in France with 27 subsidiaries worldwide. The subsidiary in North America is located in Boston, Massachusetts. With 3,600 employees and 13 manufacturing sites, we're able to serve our customers all around the world. An important point about Socomec is that we invest 10% of our revenue to research and development to ensure that we bring innovative products and solutions to our customers. Worldwide last year, we did about $635 million in revenue. At Socomec, we have 4 product lines: power switching, which consists of AC and DC disconnect switches and transfer switches; power monitoring, which consists of single circuit and multi-circuit monitoring products; power conversion, which consists of single-phase and 3-phase UPS systems; and lastly, energy storage, which consists of power conversion systems for renewable energy.
Well, based on a survey of 101 manufacturing executives in the automotive industry in 2006, the correct answer is $22,000 per minute. So as you can see, this is a very large cost for downtime. And so what we get from that survey is that it's critical to monitor and analyze your electrical power to minimize downtimes. Which brings us to the question that Chicago Plastic initially had. Why power monitoring? And this is really what we are going to discuss today. Well, as technology advances, you might hear more and more about power monitoring. Within every manufacturing plant, electrical distribution poses hard and important challenges, such as, and this is the list on the right, is the quality of your energy adapted to your equipment? Is the reliability of your energy sufficient? Is your installation secure? And finally, is your installation efficient? Adding power monitoring solutions to your installation will help you overcome the above challenges and reach any goals your company has. Power monitoring can be a daunting task, but what's important is to understand all the benefits and the features that power monitoring can provide to your company. In the previous slide, so we discussed some of the main challenges your company can face regarding your electrical distribution. So when discussing why power monitoring, there are several benefits that you can gain from implementing it into your system. We will discuss 5 of these goals that are important for every manufacturing plant, regardless of the industry they are in. The first 3 you see on the slide here are, well, number 1 is power reliability. It's important to minimize downtime in the facility and ensure that is always running. So what you can do is use power monitoring to monitor all loads, and you set alarms to control and to trigger circuit breakers or contactors and keep power usage under control. Second one is power quality. That is related to the quality of the electricity coming from either the loads or the utility, and they could cause damages to your assets. It is vital to monitor in real time the power quality at each level and set alarms once the measurements are reaching a certain level. Power monitoring will allow you to record when this happens so you can further investigate. Sometimes power quality issues can occur quickly and you might not be able to see it if it's not recorded properly. The third one, while you can be proactive with system maintenance while using power monitoring devices. because you're able to monitor specific parameters of your loads and set alarms once they reach a certain level that you're going to set yourself. This allows you to be proactive instead of being reactive when an issue occurs. The last two goals of power monitoring are, number 4 is you can identify the loads in your installation that are requiring high energy, and you can take appropriate actions to limit the peak demand by scheduling delays between loads. You won't be starting all the motors at the same time. Using power monitoring, you can also monitor both sides of an equipment, like a transformer or a UPS. And you can identify the efficiency of that equipment and see if on the market there is any product with higher efficiency available. So you make a saving by having less waste. And finally, while big companies with multiple sites, they are implementing energy policies such as ISO 50001 or ASHRAE to achieve more green standards. So with power monitoring product, what you can also do is you can share the energy consumption and the KPIs in terms of saving that your company is doing to the employees, but also to customers. So you demonstrate company sustainability. All the goals, they can be achieved using power monitoring. And that's what Chicago Plastic did. But what is important when using power monitoring now is to identify what are the key factors when selecting a power monitoring system. They are not all equal. For the first key factor, we will discuss reliability and accuracy of the data. On the left side are two tables. In the top table, you can see the accuracy of a basic power monitoring solution, which consists of accuracy of a power meter in purple and the accuracy of the current transformer in yellow. In blue, you can see the global accuracy of the power monitoring device, plus the current transformers that are coming with. Both of them are 0.5, but the result isn't 0.5. The reason is that the global accuracy is not a simple addition. It's a formula that is used to calculate this global accuracy. In the bottom table, still on the left side, you can see the accuracy of a smart power monitoring devices. The power monitoring device and current transformers global accuracy is 0.5. And it's given and guaranteed by the power monitoring manufacturer. That is a huge difference. And that difference, well, you can see it on the right side, which is a monetary result over a period of 1 year. Inside the example, we used the 2000 amp switchboard and we compared the two technologies result with error energy cost. So using the average cost per kilowatt hours in New England, which is 12 cents, you can see that there is a $5,000 cost difference between the basic power meter on top and the manufacturer guarantee global accuracy power meter at the bottom. So through this data, we can see that it's important to understand the global accuracy of the power monitoring device you're installing, because it's saving you money. And that's what Chicago Plastic was looking for, to save money. The second key factor we will look at is having correct values at each level of the installation. Power monitoring can be performed at different levels of the installation. However, if the power monitoring is done only at a single location, the value might be distorted and won't be usable for good analysis and follow-up actions. It's important to have power monitoring analysis per load in order to understand power quality issues at every level, so you can distinguish the loads that are creating problems: VFDs, motors, power electronics, lightning, and so you can perform actions per equipment. If the loads are individually monitored, then you can perform also proactive maintenance by load. You can look at the waste by load. Like the same example than before, doing the monitoring of the primary and the secondary of a transformer. So you do it at several levels. By monitoring at different levels, you can also create hierarchies and allocate cost per type of loads or areas within your manufacturing plant. You can separate warehouses, the production, the common areas like kitchen or offices. The third key factor we will discuss is easier integration and usage. Several customers have meters installed throughout their factories, but are still doing manual readings due to the power monitoring devices having no communication capabilities. And they use Excel spreadsheets due to the lack of software solution available. Since the parameters need to be checked manually, typically the readings, they are done at very long intervals. I would say once a month. And they are done mainly on kWh readings, kilowatt hour readings. So what's crucial is to have a powerful software ready to use, including monitoring, alarms, real-time viewing, storage, and analysis. On top of that, the power monitoring software must have security features to ensure data safety. The fourth key factor is installation time. Power monitoring is a new trend, and most industries, they have basic flush mounted meters on the main incoming board, or they don't have any meters at all. So installing a new basic power meter system will become a challenge, as it's going to require significant modifications to the existing installation. Finding space, making new cutouts, having to do the wiring. So it's important to find a solution that can fit in all applications. Power monitoring solutions that are designed for existing panels is a plus. It helps to update the installation with power monitoring without having an impact on the installation, no downtime. Having a solution that minimizes the wiring and the space is optimal for all applications. Time for commissioning is an important challenge to manage. You want to avoid having to make wiring and configuration changes after the installation. It is time consuming and it's very costly. And most of the time, it's not part of the budget. So a simple and intuitive solution is key. The last key factor is cost savings and expandability. Power monitoring could be costly, especially when you have to monitor several loads. You need quite a certain number of equipment. And you might want to purchase the products in phases to make sure that you split your budget over time. So having a power monitoring system that is expandable and flexible is key. Also, buying a power monitoring solution that condenses functionalities removes the unnecessary repetition of measurements that you would get from having multiple basic meters. Time for a second poll. In May 2017, the British airway control system was done for 15 minutes. According to you guys, how much money did the company British Airways lost from the downtime? $25 million? $75 million? $125 million? Or nothing? 15 minutes downtime only. I see that the majority is thinking about 75, then 125 and 25 million. A few percentages about 0. Well, the answer is $125 million. That was the cost to British Airways for having a 15-minute downtime. They had to cancel more than 400 flights and strand 75,000 passengers in one day. The downtime was due to an engineer disconnecting a power supply at a data center near the London's Heathrow Airport. And when they did the reconnection, they had a surge of power and they had many damages as a result. So from a simple human error and not having any power monitoring system to check the power quality, they had a cost of $125 million. So what's the solution? And what did Socomec offer to Chicago Plastic with their power monitoring plan and project? Well, at Socomec, we specialize in power monitoring products. And on this slide, you can see our Diaris DigiWare product line, which allows for smart plug and play between modules and current sensors. The modules connect via RJ45 cables, and the current sensors, they connect via RJ12 cables. We offer the most compact multi-circuit solution on the market, whatever it is for a new installation or retrofit installation, whatever it is inside a panel or outside the panel, inside a box. The product is available for AC applications, but also DC applications. And we're offering, as you can see in the middle of the screen, we are offering a display that is coming with an embedded web server, so the web monitoring software, to allow the user to view the data remotely. And this is the package that we offer to Chicago Plastic. The embedded web server that we call WebView, this is included in our product without additional charges. It's free of charge. You can track real-time the data and see the trends over an IP address that you can put into a computer, a phone, a tablet. In the screenshots above, on the left, you can see the real-time monitoring of the power per phase via a bar graph. It's not raw data that you need to look at twice. We have the minimum, we have the maximum, and we have the percentage of power that is available in comparison to the nominal rating of the load. The same bar graph is available for voltages, currents, and many other measurements. The second screenshot, the one in the middle, you can see alarms and events with a start date, end date, the source or the origin of the alarm, and the criticality of the event. Knowing that those alarms and events, they are recorded. So even if the alarm is no longer available, you can still see what was happening in your facility. Then the final screenshot that is on the bottom right, you see the consumptions. We are using also color codes to separate the consumptions by type of loads or by areas. So it's easy to have a very nice look to what is happening within your facility. To summarize, the Socomec DigiWare, Diaris DigiWare product line is a compact modular design. With our simple plug-and-play cables, we cut installation time in half, whatever it's new or existing installation. We minimize the common wiring errors that you may have with basic power meters. We have smart devices. With our offering spanning AC and DC, we have the most complete multi-circuit monitoring system on the market. The global accuracy is class 0.5, 0.5% of accuracy. The Darius DigiWare also can be expanded on by just simply adding current modules and current sensors to the existing DigiWare system. Every time you want to expand the performances of your power monitoring system, you don't need to restart with a complete new system. It's only add-ons, and they are plug and play. This is a very simple and smart solution for power monitoring. And that's what Chicago Plastic used in their manufacturing plant. We have multiple resources available on our power monitoring product offer. Most of them are available directly on the Socomec website. And following the success of Chicago Plastic and following this webinar, we have recently released a case study about Chicago Plastic itself, about the installation, about the different problems they were facing, as well as the solution that we implemented. We are going to pass out the handout now, and in our follow-up email tomorrow, you will have additional resources available as well. Now, it is time for questions and answers, and I have Julia Murphy with me. So if you have any questions or if there is any question in the chat, that's the moment for us to answer. Okay, so I see a few questions already in the chat. One of the first questions is, does Socomec offer installation services for their products? We do not offer installation services. However, we offer commissioning and training, which means that as soon as the products are installed and wired and powered on, we go on site, we verify that the installation is properly done, we go within the parameters of our devices, and we make sure that it is all running correctly and as per the expectation of the customer. We are also offering trainings about using our products as well as going through the software. What is the IEC standard that we comply for accuracy? So the IEC standard is IEC 61557-12, which is about PMD. What are the various power quality issues that an industry may face, and what are the mitigation solutions? Well, one of the common power quality issue could be about overload. Overload is going to make any protection devices to trip, such as circuit breakers or fuse protection devices. Some other power quality issues, they can be swells, voltage drop, you can have high level of harmonics. And so what is important is with all of those, I would say, power quality issues is to identify where they are coming from. Are they coming from the load and a specific device, such as power electronics? Or are they coming directly from the utility, which is the electrical supplier? The solutions are most of the time the same. Is you look at the data for a certain period of time, and from the data, you can install additional devices that are going to help to mitigate the issues. is our software comply to any cybersecurity standards? Yes, they do. I don't have it on top of my head, but we are going to follow up with you and provide two things. First is which standards we comply with, and secondly is a technical note about cybersecurity. Do our products are revenue grade meters? Yes, the DigiWare line is revenue grade. We have a bit more time for question and answers. If anyone has additional questions. Do we have configuration software? Yes, coming with the devices, we are offering softwares that are free of charge and available online. They are used to make the configuration. They are user-friendly software. And also they are offering troubleshooting features. So you don't have to go on site and to physically check the product to make sure that the monitoring is correct. Do we measure true or displacement power factor? I will have to check with the factory. I'm not 100% sure about the answer. So I will get back to you also by email on this one. Apart from the case study, can you speak of applications of diaries for things like submetering behind the utility master meter? So with the concept of modular and multi-circuit meters, the diaries DGUI is also the perfect product for submetering. You can install that one in a load panel and directly from, I would say, the DigiWare solution, you will have access to all the different loads are going to be your submeter. So yeah, it's one of the right application for diaries DigiWare. Do we have a meter that will confirm if a drive or lineup of drives is IEEE 519 compliant? I am not aware, so I will have to check and get back to you by email. What is the highest sample rate of any meter we offer? So we are running at 10 kilowatts about the sampling. So I don't have the calculator right now, but I can give you like the samples by cycle over email. So there is few questions we are going to answer by email. If you want to contact us, well, on the screen you can see the mailing address of our headquarters in Boston, as well as email and phone number. Thank you, everyone, and I wish you a very nice afternoon.